Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brad with Display Fitness, and today is October 26th. It's a Monday, which means it's a squat day, and we're on the tail end of the workout right now. So I already kind of got through it, but I want to talk about something specific in this video. And the thing I want to talk about is like getting back into training after time off, right? Whether it's a couple of days, a week, a month, a year, whatever. Ultimately, what I have to say about it is going to be kind of the same, irrespective of how much time you've taken off, with some slight considerations, situationally dependent. But by and large, it's kind of should be a more or less a blanket statement. So I'm coming off the tail end of being sick. I don't know if you can kind of hear it in the voice. Feeling much better, but still have some of that residual. And so today was the first training day in about a week. So taking a week off. And then I've also got my man Jonathan. He took about a week off. And then we've got Kristen. I don't know if you can see her, if she's too backlit or not. Let's see. No, not too backlit. We got you dancing around the objects, the minefield that is my garage. All right, so we got John and Kristen both taking some time off. I think Kristen probably taking more time off than John or I. But just real quick, I want to hear from them too, and kind of how they feel about getting back into it after a period of time off. And then I'll have my thoughts on it as well. So if that's something that you might be interested in, stay tuned, check it out. All right, here we go.
We just seem so numb, need a peace. Humanity is dumb in the streets. We see police, don't freeze but run. And the next thing that you know, somebody reach for the gun. Then the murder get reciprocated. Man, I swear that culture discombobulated. All these people picking sides, I'm just trying to circumnavigate it. Got me thinking, man, the situation getting complicated. Let me tell you, all the 90s, baby, got the juice now. Maybe we're the generation that can understand that the content of the character's the measure of a man. If you got breath up in your lungs and the future's in your hands, we don't stand for no put downs. Let them know we still fam if you Pella Brown. We would like to welcome you into the tribe now. Cause we ain't with no moment they gon' die down or lie down.
Boom. Okay, so first up is my man John. I want to talk to you a little bit about taking time off. So you've just come off about a week of no training, and we got a good session in. What are your thoughts about time off and getting back in?
So I would say number one is Brad. Brad kind of motivates me, so there's no like skipping days. So sometimes when I don't feel motivated, even if I don't take time off, right? Brad's always the one that kind of like, hey, we need to go train. So I guess I don't really have an excuse like some people do to get out of it. But yeah, I mean, taking a week off, it's definitely good to recover. But it definitely feels really good to get back in the gym, right? Like some people don't can't find that motivation to go again, even if it's a day, month, year, like you said. But I would say, like, I don't know, like you get in, you just get after it, train despite, and it feels good. It really does. Especially all that energy that's kind of like been built up for the past week, just to expend it. It just feels good. So
Nice.
That's all I got to say.
All right, so John's tip is find a Brad. So you need to locate me. I will help make you feel better and inspire you to get into the gym. But if you don't have a me, you got to find your reasoning, right? So whatever it is that motivates you. But like John said, it's good to get moving and get back into it. All right, let's hear from Kristen.
This ain't a flash, but the tribe is up next. Yeah, we live in freedom cause we put our faith in the one that has canceled our debts. Yeah, people might say we're too young, but that's cause they view us as threats. Yeah, we hold the power and change gonna come as soon as we lock arms to connect. What you waiting for?
I tried to chill. Only weapons here for the pride and guilt. Slaps on the wrist, trail trying to kill. Too many lives lost, I've cried for real. I'm from a state where they never let it go. Black Wall Street, that's on everybody's dome. It's not about the race, gotta focus on the hate. It's on everybody's face, but we never let it show. Shoot, please take me back to the motherland. As a late, I've been dreaming of another land. There's a village in the leaves.
Boom. All right, now we have Kristen, and you have taken a little bit more time off than John or I. How long has it been since you've been consistently training?
Lifting, it's been like 3 weeks. Technically before that it was for forever. I only got to lift with you guys for a little bit and stuff keeps coming up. I do run and cycle and stuff on my other time off, but it's hard to get into like a lifting gym space. So about 3 weeks. Last week we did one day, squat day. It was awful. It was rough. I felt kind of silly because I had even dropped down lower than I was when we first started working out. So today felt a lot better, and we added in the sleds and the push-ups, and it all just felt way better. I'm ready to be in it and, you know, keep progressing.
So for you, with the time off that you've had, is there anything that was like the fire kind of under your butt to get you back in and going? Like what was it that like pulled the trigger? Like why this week? Why not next week or the week after?
Mostly it has to do with like my diet and just kind of how I feel. And when I work out, I feel better and I eat better. So I just, it's kind of hit that point where I just don't feel good about myself. And so I want to get back in the gym and get working and, you know, stop making excuses.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Never wanna leave, if you do, you gon' still be my brother, man. So let me be the salt in your soul food. Oh, you made Vegeta, I like Goku. And that is not a shot, that's the whole truth. Giving you the real life Whole Foods. Man, I told you.
This ain't a flash, but the tribe is up next. Yeah, we live in freedom cause we put our faith in the one that has canceled our debts. Yeah, people might say we're too young, but that's cause they view us as threats. Yeah, we hold the power and change gonna come as soon as we lock arms to connect. What you waiting for?
What's a young villain to do? They tell me that my melanin it make me a fool. I need to keep my arm ligaments at 10 and at 2, and maybe then my pigment will not convince him to shoot. But wait a minute, hold up, what's a young villain to do? They tell me that I hate him cause my uniform blue.
All right, so I want to talk a little bit about kind of like getting back in the gym, and it's a question I get a lot. So a lot of people hit me up and they want to know like, hey man, how do you get the motivation to get back in? Or they'll say I've taken insert, you know, block of time off. You know, how do I get myself moving again? And really the answer is you just get moving, right? Like you have to understand that if you have taken time off, in all likelihood, there's a chance that you've regressed a bit, right? So you may not be as strong or as fit as you were when you left off, and like that has to be okay. So making peace with that right away is like really, really important to be able to this is no good. This is awkward. Yeah, go ahead, show them. This is afraid of. Yep. Okay, it's good. It's good. All right. So anyway, so like you have to be okay with the fact that you may have regressed, and a lot of people they'll use that as an excuse to not train. Well, you know, I know that I'm not going to be as strong as I was, and like they use that as an internal thing to hold them back. Whether they say it or not, generally speaking, people like they're afraid of finding out where they are and maybe how far they've fallen. And they don't want to find out, and so they just keep putting it off, and they use that as like kind of a stalling technique. You just have to be okay with the fact that you may not be where you were, and that's fine, right? Like back to the point of none of us are ever where we want to be, right? If you ask anyone, even the fittest person on the planet, best powerlifter, best Olympic lifter, best anything, right? Are you where you want to be, or have you hit all your goals? Are you as good as you want to be? And they would tell you no, like, so nobody ever is. So like with that in mind, you have to understand, like if you've regressed a little bit, oh well, you know, getting back into the gym is what it's going to take to kind of get you back on the right track. And like Kristen said, you know, when she does right things, right, when she's training and being active, it kind of makes everything else fall in line. Her eating goes better, sleeping goes better. She just generally feels better about herself. And so it's like building blocks, right? You put all these building blocks together and it helps build something bigger than any one piece by itself. So really, like, there is no trick. There is no secret sauce. There's no magic potion. It's just, you just got to suck it up and then go. And one thing that I've always recommended to people is lie to yourself. You know, just tell yourself, you know what? I'm just going to go walk on the treadmill. And go do that. Go walk on the treadmill. And then see if you can't bring yourself to bear and do something maybe just a little bit extra. Some curls, some whatever, right? And then you'll find like maybe you will. Maybe you'll do that a little bit extra and have like a pretty good session, and then, you know, it just gets you moving again. It's all about momentum. You just have to create positive momentum for yourself, and that's really the trick. And so here with us taking time off, John and I and Kristen, we got in today, and we're just kind of creating some momentum to kind of get back into the swing of things so we can kind of get back onto the normal track. And that's what we're doing. We're doing the same thing that you're probably trying to do too. So just keep that in mind. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and drop in the chat box below. I'll be sure to respond. I appreciate you guys continue to support the channel, making everything that it's been today, and I really do appreciate where we've come from where we were, and I'm looking forward to seeing where else we can go. So if this is like the second or third video you've checked out and haven't subbed up yet, I'd love to have you join the family. That's it, guys. Remember, no matter what it is you think you can't do, like get the motivation to get yourself back in the gym and start chasing your goals again. It's never going to happen unless you get in and train to spite. You're either going to find an excuse or you're going to find a way. And I hope that you guys continue to find the way. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Don't listen to my statement, say I'm racist and rude, and nobody loves death, I'm afraid of it too. I'm available too, we can talk about it, but the news gotta keep us at odds about it. You know how every story on Voss go down, they just wanna sell ticks like Boston now. Look, he pulled me out the lost and found, then replace a red dot with an awesome crown. So you know if our God's about